going, everybody? Today we're going to be going over the J Clip and its use cases. So we have what's called the J Clip. It's literally in the shape of a J here, as you can see. Now this guy has a lot of different use cases, primarily for those with wood and hardie board fascias, those with open rafters. This kind of allows you to float your track up and down along this long side. So basically, we install this J Clip. We're going to use a small little zip screw through the back of this guy into the long side. This can be trimmed if you need it to be shorter. This can be bent to be angled or to be screwed into a soffit, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Once we have this guy mounted, we are simply going to place our track inside of it. And then we have this little tab over here that we're going to bend over the track to hold it nice and secure so these guys don't come apart, right? So let's check out some of the use cases for J Clips. First and foremost being the ability to float track up and down around rafters. So if my rafters, say in California, Texas, go all the way down to the bottom of my fascia board here on the front side, I can float my track up and down around them using the J Clip by simply bringing my track down right below the truss. So we're going to screw into the back side of this J Clip again with that little zip screw, bend the tab over, and now I've got a secured track mounting. The other use case is going to be for hardie board soffits, right? So if I have a hardie board fascia and soffit, I can bend my clip over kind of in a G shape, and I can screw that guy into the top of the hardie board soffit here. So if we've got the wood and fascias and soffit, I can again, similar to the open rafters, screw into the back side of the J Clip with that zip screw to float my track up and down and keep it nice and flush with the fascia. I would say that this is for anything that has a soffit that's going to be deeper than your 3/4 of an inch on the track. So if you need the track to come down farther than that 3/4 of an inch, use a J Clip. If your fascia board is not thick enough to place a piece of track, where this fascia board is nice and skinny, we need at least 1 3/8 inches, which is the width of the track, to be able to mount track to the bottom of the fascia there. So this is a perfect use case for the J Clip. Now, you'll notice on gables, this is a little bit exposed on the track here. This is a little proud. This is necessary so that we can transition from an angled piece to a straight piece. It's okay to see a little bit of that track. And in some cases, you can even keep this distance consistent throughout the whole way. Your track is going to be matched to the color of your fascia anyway, so it's going to blend in nicely. So moving over to a little bit of a deeper fascia board until we hit the soffit. We can see here that we've got the J Clip bent over in a G shape, and it's actually screwed into the top of the soffit there. Now this piece of track is angled at the same angle as this fascia board, right? So technically this light would be facing the house. If that's not what we're looking for, I can take a pair of linemen's and I can bend this J Clip to account for that angle that it's going to sit on the fascia board. So now if this piece of track wasn't here, we're going to imagine, now I've got an angled J Clip that sits my track nice and flush, straight, facing down. So now my track is angled to face straight down instead of angled towards the house. So this is just to give you an idea that these guys can be cut, they can be manipulated, they can be worked to fit your specific needs for the install.